I'm super excited because we are here with Philipp Ahmann today. And Philipp is in the automotive industry, so we will dive a little bit into that industry segment and also learn about what that segment's relationship is to open source and how open source works in there. But before we do that, Philipp, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? What is your tech background and what do you do currently?
Yeah. So here I'm Philipp, based in Germany. It's in the northern part of Germany. It's not the automotive heart of the area, but it's still a lot of things around there. I've always been mainly in the northern part with my little family now and with my parents in the past. Yeah, the area where I've been in Hildesheim, that's the Bosch side, and in Ita side. So that's also where I spent my career in for the past 17 years, I guess. So that's basically, I only know the automotive industry, it feels. I try to always escape, but it never worked out properly. Uh, I escape with open source and other parts, and you say like what the background which I have. I came always with a passion for technology. So my father is a master craftsman. That's not like a master's degree as most know from studies. So he never been to university, but it's like a practical plus theoretical education level in Germany. So you just go on the first level after you finish school, have a second level, and then third level, which they call also master craftsman. You're allowed to train also new people and so on. He was doing something quite new in the past, which is like electrical mechanical engineering. So he was building whole machines. He had a one-man company building bakery machines for putting jelly on cakes and so on. He was doing everything: electrical design, mechanical design, construction, welding, working also on electrical engines and so on. I think this brought me my technology background, while he was doing almost all the things because he always was afraid that I could do something wrong or break something or hurt myself. So he showed me a lot of things. And yeah, so over the time, I always got a passion for whatever it was, screws or cables, wiring, and so on. And so I was considering, should I go for mechanical or electrical engineering? And my father said, go for electrical engineering. It will be more fun than the mechanical parts. So there's more to learn, more to see in this. And I think it was good because this brought me also into software engineering space. So actually, so I do not have a full background in software engineering, while main work is software. But in discussing with a lot of people from open source, you can hear their decades of experience and how they started, at least for me in the embedded space, with little microcontrollers, which were the processors of the times or other way around. And they all come, yeah, I did assembler work and so on. And actually my first programming language was Java. So I learned Java in school. And I never had the full passion to do programming in private life. So there was no, it was in school, it was super fun. It was like physics, which I had in school. I took all these like biology, chemistry, whatever natural science come in. This was my favorite, but math, physics, and computer science were the three which I mainly took in school. I had to draw a lot of UML diagrams these times and proceeded then, that's a funny thing, during studies to C, C++ assembler, and basically taking a light curve there. And I hated assembler actually. So while I know a bunch of people say, yeah, that's a great thing, and if you can do it, it was never something for me. Maybe because I touched Java in the first place. And I feel most comfortable with C. And yeah, I think these are some major things which I have today. I also look into Python programming here and there, scripting things, see how it fits with microcontroller baseboards or running things on Raspberry Pi. So this is what I do now in tech. And you saw also from my latest position, currently I'm senior open source community manager. I've done multiple things in the past with project management, line management, product management, business development, team leadership, software engineering, hardware engineering. So I have to say more a jack of all trades, a master of none, definitely. But was always curious to learn more. So it was motivating me a lot. And whenever someone said, here's an opportunity, I said, oh yeah, I will do this. If I have some spare time, oh, I can take this up. And that's like, if I understood, I moved on. So if I thought I master this or understand things, I move forward. Yeah, that's the main thing to start with.
That sounds like a really diverse background. Like you came really far from, like hacking on the, I don't know, jelly machine and and studying like electrical engineering. And so when you came out of school, like did you have a specific interest in automotive, or you went to work for a company and then the automotive space just came out of that?
Yeah, there was no strong interest in going into automotive. What I thought I would go to is more in the industrial automation field. And I also did some internship during my study there to just look into like how these PLCs are controlled, programmed, and so on. I made first experience with fuzzy technologies, so like fuzzy testing and fuzzy automation, which was quite new still in that time. But then I had a longer internship in an automotive company for headlights, and I was working on a software project for banding headlights. So we wanted to have predictive lighting that actually the light turns into a band before you reach the band. And this was my automotive touch point. And basically what put me in the automotive was I finished my studies, and my wife, at this time girlfriend, she had a position in Göttingen, which is south of Hildesheim area and Hanover area. And I was then looking for a job, and there were a bunch of automotive companies in the area. So they basically sent applications to all these automotive companies, and that's how I ended up in automotive. And I guess the value was then that I had my internship already done in an automotive company. So this maybe gave me a little bit head up information or a little bit advantage on some other parts. So this is how I how I ended up in the automotive field. But I also took a short excursus into laser technologies, and this was actually my thesis where I had to measure radiation of laser into protecting fabrics. Like we were looking for rubber, leather, garments of different kind, and try to measure the heat dissipation in the fabric. So this would have been my other way, maybe, if I wouldn't have found a job in automotive, looking more to nice lasers.